How should I have said it differently instead to make you feel more confident? That's if I said it poorly, that's a mistake on my part, and I apologize. That's the response you have to say. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what you have to say.
So I think you know now what I'm trying to say. How would you have worded it?
I wouldn't have worded it at all. This is the problem. Like, that's just, I don't know why that even has to be said in any form.
Because he must have been angry, and when people are angry, they say things they don't mean. And he didn't mean it. But you can't hold him. You can't hold that over his head forever. You got to let it go. If he apologizes, you got to just let it go.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, because that's where I think things get mixed up. Because he'll say, oh, you filed right after I saved you. Like, yeah, because I took that genuinely. That's why I filed after. Because then I felt like, well, you didn't want to save
speak
me.
Louder than words.
Because then at that time, it felt like saving me.
Have already been proven.
Hold on. At that time, it felt like, then if you're willing to say that, that means saving me wasn't so much about, like, loving me. It was just a reaction out of obligation. But you still hate me enough to want to leave me right after.
He doesn't
want.
want.
How many people in the world would you encounter 3 guys in the night with guns for? For me, it's like maybe 4 people.
Okay, dude, I want to be honest. How long are you going to hold that over her head?
I'm not. I'm just saying that, like, when she says, oh, you said these words, it makes me feel like, it's like, dude, there are probably 4 people, like, across all time that I would have done that versus just calling the police and letting them handle it.
But I'm getting the vibe. I hear what you're saying, but I'm getting the vibe that you're going to bring this up forever.
Only because...
And that's not fair to her.
Only in this instance, because she is saying she's afraid I won't do something that I've already done.
What?
Yeah, you're saying that, like, oh, you wish you didn't save me. It's like, I already did that. Like, you don't have to wonder if I would.
But then it doesn't sound like it brought us any closer together if you're still trying to divorce me and then you say that.
Okay, I'm going to give you a news flash. It wasn't meant to bring us closer. It was meant to save you. Like, I didn't do it like think, oh, man, later we're going to bond over
But
this
if you're still willing to get a divorce right after that, it doesn't really feel like saving me meant anything to you.
He doesn't want to get a divorce.
But that's what he said, though. And
yeah, but words don't mean anything.
Actions over words is what I keep trying to say.
Words don't mean anything. Actions are louder than words. And when you actually file, those are actions that are a lot more painful than words.
Yeah, because if someone keeps saying that, it's just like...
No, I feel you. He shouldn't say that. I mean, obviously, that's a very hurtful thing to say, and that's going to destroy any trust in the relationship. And you guys, both of you, need to learn to stop holding shit over each other's heads, because clearly you both do that. You're holding the fucking robbery over her head, and you're holding, I don't even remember, but you're holding shit over his head, too. Like, the bad shit that he does and, like, says and stuff. You got to just let it go. You got to let go of the robbery thing, dude.
I mean, my only holding on to it was that, like, you can't say I wouldn't save you when I've already saved you.
Okay, but...
like that's just...
But it goes back to feelings, right? Girls forget shit fast. You saved her once, guess what? You're going to have to do it again and again and again. And the more Richard Milles you buy, the more likely it's going to happen again and again. So it's like, you can't hold it over her head. If she says, I don't feel safe, I want to feel safe, instead of being like, remember when I saved you? You got to be like, I will save you in any outcome in the future, no matter what, because I love you. That's how you have to say it. And every time there's a conversation where you guys are arguing or whatever, at the end of every explanation of how you feel, to not make her feel just like complete shit, you have to end it with, I love you. Because otherwise, she just feels like shit because you're explaining your feelings and bad things that she does that hurts you. And the same goes for you. When you explain your feelings to him, it's going to make him feel upset. But at the end of the conversation, at the end of it, say, but I love you. You know, make him feel good so he doesn't just have negative emotions as you're explaining yourself.
But then what if he just tries to argue?
Well, like I said, if he just argues and you guys haven't listened to anything I said.
What you've done is actually pretty impressive, because every time we go to, you're going to push back probably, but every time we go to...
No, stop. Why'd you even say that?
Oh, because like...
you're going to push back, but like, why? Don't even say that.
Every time we go to marriage counseling, like if the counselor ever doesn't agree with you, new counselor. but he's actually been able to push back on both of us, and
I don't remember a counselor not agreeing with me. I just remember you
because-
getting upset and arguing with me.
because when one of them,
I'm gonna be honest with you, counselors are dog shit.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple therapy counselors, and the last one I went to, I cursed the motherfucker out.
Yeah,
because that motherfucker was trying to say some dog shit, and I was like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. You're literally a 45-year-old bald piece of shit. You don't know nothing. I hung up on his ass on Zoom.
I mean, what I'm saying is,
Because he's like, he doesn't know shit. He's a fucking old man. He doesn't know shit.
you've been able to push back, but she hasn't like said, okay, like enough with this, which is good. I guess it's progress.
I've never said enough with this to a counselor
No, you just say we're not gonna go back to
because you end up arguing with me. I don't want to pay someone just to argue with them in front of them.
Well, my point was really like, counselors are bad because they don't really know you guys.
Yeah.
And they go based on the information that they're being told. And, well, both of you only speak in your own perspectives because you're both selfish. So the counselor, it's impossible for him. But I know you guys both more than a counselor would, so I can see through that. And, yeah, you guys need to stop being... You need to work as a team.
See, the thing is, I let him buy anything he wants, really. He's like, I want to get a Porsche. I want to do this. I'm like, okay.
Kate, what are you doing? Why even say that? Why you're like
Because
you're
I'm so
baiting an argument.
selfish.
You're
That's the thing. I give so much to him. I let him have so much freedom.
I know, but you're baiting an argument by saying it that way.
Because it's inherently untrue that it's like we're both
But
selfish.
would
It's
you
like I
agree-
give you so
No,
much
but it's not
freedom.
it's not selfish in the terms of freedom and money. It's selfish in the terms of how you're speaking with him. You know, both of you only talk in your own perspective. Neither of you have any capability, or you refuse to listen to the other person and their perspective. You guys just both want to be right. That's all you care about.
I just want a peaceful conversation that doesn't end up nitpicking every thought that I have.
No, I see, but you're holding a lot of resentment towards him right now. And that's why you just said that. It's resentment talking. But you have to let the resentment go. Otherwise, this is an absolutely lost cause. If you can't let the resentment go, this will never work.
I do let it go. That's why I keep trying to have conversations with them, but it doesn't ever improve.
Everything you say ends with a negative. Stop doing that. It never improves. Oh, we try. Stop. You're punching it. You're fucking tearing them down.
Would you argue? Would you actually say that like it hasn't improved in this year versus the previous year, in the last 2 years versus the other 2 years? Because I think it's only been improving.
No, every time I try to talk to you, you still like have problems with whatever I say on screen.
Well, on stream.
Well, yeah, you don't really talk to me that much often.
This is your chance, Nick. Say the right thing.
I understand how you feel, and I apologize.
And?
And I think it'll be
No.
fine.
And?
I love you, and I love you. What is that?
Because you're like about to laugh when you say it.
Because your eyes are narrowing as I'm saying
No,
it.
I narrowed it after.
Girls also like touch, so maybe when you say I love you, maybe
Yeah,
grab
man,
her
that's naturally to
hand.
me.
You know,
I'm just like, sometimes she pulls back, and other times she doesn't. So it makes me very, not.
But do you see the way you just did it right there? There was no argument afterward. It was just pure emotion, pure connection and bond between both of you instead of bickering. Isn't that better?
Yeah.
Good.
How much do you charge an hour?
Oh, I'm free.
Anything
Don't
good
worry.
to me is fine.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
He's paying
free,
for
dude.
counseling.
No, but I know a lot about psychology and sociology. I took it in college. So you guys are an easy marriage to fix. This is no issue. I've seen marriages where it's very complex. This is easy. Any marriage counselor you guys have been to, if they've not been able to solve this, they are terrible. But to be honest, they are all pretty terrible. Like, it's really as easy as just listening to each other.
would just say that when you tell me what you want, just say that you want it. Don't try to give me the rational business case. Because even when I want something, I'll tell you I want it. And then I'll explain to you, here's why this might make sense. Like, you lead with, here's why this makes sense, and I'm just instantly engaged in this logical quandary of like, well, does it make sense? When you should just lead with, I want this thing. I don't even kind of really care if it's rational or not. This is what I want.
Okay. I can see that perspective, but sometimes I'm just telling you why I want what I want. And that's not supposed to be a logical business thing. I don't present it as that. And I feel like you don't listen to that.
And
you just fight it. And I would appreciate it if you could not do that.
And
I love you. And then that's why it hurts me whenever you pick it apart. It feels like you don't want me in the same way.
I can see your perspective, and I'm sorry, and I love you.
So when is the Mustangs?
Talking about the sanctuaries or the actual wild horses?
The sanctuary.
I mean, we can do it next year because it's only once a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Earlier, I was only pushing back because I thought you meant this year, and we already have March fucking booked through.
So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, I'd have to take care of all the, how are we going to ever take care of all the animals? Because you didn't think about who's taking care of the animals when you up and left for a month plus.
But you were
So now that we
home.
have a system, it shouldn't be a problem, right?
The point was I was going to be
No,
traveling.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
My pushback was because I was going to be traveling already, then you were going to be traveling, so no one's home. Whereas in your case, you were home because you were going to be home anyway.
But we have staff. Even if neither of us were home, like right now.
In that initial
it'll
discussion,
be
we didn't
okay.
have as many. We were trying
We
to get,
can figure it out, though. They can be hired.
I agree. I mean,
There should never be a staff issue coming before things that make us happy when staff are replaceable by nature.
just so we're on the same page, though, when I push back on that, that's where if you want to give logical solutions, that resolves
No,
it.
I'm never going to use logic again with you. We're resolving not to do that. We are going to say, I want this because I want it. Make it.
And Kate, he's really trying. He's really trying right now, and you're being kind of a bitch.
What I'm saying is, like,
You gotta just Kate. You gotta work. You gotta do this too. It's a two-way street.
He's been make it very clear this conversation. He does not want me to use logic. I'm trying to understand that.
I'm saying if you want something, present it that you want it, and don't present me the logical case. But I'm saying that, like, if I ever give you a pushback and you have a thing that you think logically resolves that, feel free to give that. You get what I'm saying? If I give you a thing where it's like the obstacle here is a logical issue, you can answer that. That's fine.
What do you mean?
Like if I say, well,
No, stop. This is getting into bad, murky territory again. You're doing the hand thing with the being like dismissive and shit. Like, bro, stop. Stop with the dismissive shit. And Kate, you gotta stop acting like kind of like bitchy. You're like being like kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Are you self-aware?
I'm not self-aware.
Okay, you were like kind of putting him down a little bit. He's trying, he's apologizing, he's being nice, and you're like putting him down just constantly. You gotta.
What are the put downs? Because I'm trying to internalize, like, I'm not going to do the logic thing that you clearly hate.
Well, you just like, he's like nagging and shit, like putting him down. Like that's like the worst you could do to a man. I'm just trying to remember.
What did I nag him with?
Man, everything.
He told me what he didn't want. I told him I'd never do that again.
You know, I don't even remember because it's just everything. You just were like, I don't know. I forgot because I'm tired. But it was like, I just remember it was like naggy.
Well, he just said, don't use the logic. And I said, I'm not going to do that ever again. And then he told me he was being bitchy.
Yeah. You were like, I'm never going to use the logic with you ever again. Like, why? Why say that?
He doesn't want me to do it. I'm like,
I know, but why say that? Why?
Because that's what he wants me to learn. He's literally telling me he doesn't want me to.
Yeah, but
use it.
why?
Okay.
But why? Just don't even. You don't need to say that. It's like
do I know?
bitchy. Just be like.
How? If he's asking me not to use logic, how is me saying I'm not going to use logic?
I want you to.
It's the way you said it. You were like condescending about it. You were like, I'm never going to use logic if you don't want me to use
Because
logic.
you know that's not what I mean.
What do you mean then?
Okay, you like to do the blanket thing. I've never given you always do it this way. What I'm saying is, if you want something, that's not logical, right? That's just an emotional thing. That's like a thing that's intrinsic to you. Tell me you want it, and just leave it at that.
So I can't tell you why I want it, just that I want it.
No. You can tell me why you want it, but don't be like, here's why it makes sense. No. Just say you want it because that thing makes you happy, or that thing makes you fulfilled, or that thing's something you've always wanted. You see, you don't start with like, here's why it makes sense, and then hope that I don't pick apart the thing if it doesn't make any sense. Just say what you want, leave no room for a logical rebuttal, and I won't make one. Just say you want it. Like, how do I think about it? You go, I want to do this one.
Oh my God. You guys are fucked.
But am I wrong? Like, if she says that, I don't have a logical pushback. If she goes, I want to do this wild horse thing, it's like, okay, like, tell me more, right? But if you go like, here's why it makes sense for me to do this this March, then that's like starting to be like, well, I'm traveling in March, and just tell me what you want. We'll work through the logic. You don't got to present it as logic because it's not logic that made you want it.
But this was before either of us had plans in March.
Gee, listen, guys, you know a relationship is really hard, right? You guys are both aware of this. It's hard. The relationships are not meant to be easy. They're meant to be a test. And you guys need to pass the test in order to find true happiness. Right? That's the whole point of a relationship. And yeah, you guys are just failing the test constantly. You guys are refusing to do any of the hard work. You want to just be right. You want to just argue. You want to nag with each other. You got to do things you don't want to do, like agreeing with each other when you don't want to, like saying I'm sorry and blah, blah, blah. Then when you do this enough times, you start to get on the same frequency of communication. And then it becomes easier and easier over time. Right now, you guys are on a totally different frequency in terms of communication because both of you just want each other to be heard, but nobody's listening to each other. So you have to just pretend for now until you guys connect on the same frequency, and then it becomes easier and more genuine.
So how can I know what to change if I don't know what's the issue, right?
I mean, like I said, the easy thing is when you feel upset by his actions, just agree with him as well. Apologize, say I love you, as long as he's doing the same thing as well. And if you both apologize and say I love you to each other, even if you feel wronged on the inside, eventually it gets easier. I mean, with other people, I would say this is terrible advice because maybe it builds resentment if you're not able to explain yourself. But neither of you are listening to each other, so we need to get you guys to listen to each other first. That's step number one, and then we can worry about the resentment step number two. So you guys need to practice with just agreeing with each other. That's step one. I know I can see it in your face. That's not what you want.
No, I still don't understand the difference between, I guess, just explaining why I feel the way I feel versus him saying that I'm logicking it rather than emotioning it.
Don't even worry about what he says. Don't listen to his words. Just listen to the fact. Just listen. Just do what I said. Just do the agree thing and the I love you thing. Build that bond. Practice agreeing with each other, listening to each other, and then we go to step two. Like after, I feel like he's willing to do this, and I feel like you're not. I feel like you want to be heard right now, but that's not the reality because you're not listening to him either.
I'm having issues knowing what he's talking about then if I'm not. If like when I say I'm not going to do this thing and he's saying that's not what I mean, well now I don't know what you mean.
Do you actually want me to explain it or
yes.
What? Okay, so if you're talking about
I don't believe it.
I feel like
do you really not understand anything that he says?
The logicking thing, where it's like, cause like this, what he's talking about is when I said, I want to go volunteer at this Mustang sanctuary because if I want to have Mustangs, I want to get experience with them. It's something I want to do. For me, that's all still emotion. I'm not logically saying why it's a good time. Why now? Why this season? Why anything? I'm just saying this is why I feel the way that I feel. And I'm not viewing that as logicking, but he is. So now I'm like, how do I talk to him?
All right, Nick. I'm going to be honest with you right now.
Sure.
you're going to have to do a lot of the heavy pushing here. You're going to have to literally, it's a one-sided, step one's going to be very one-sided for you. You're going to have to just agree, apologize, and listen to her. She's not going to listen to you. You have to listen to her, okay? And that's going to make you feel like shit, like really bad. And you're going to feel like de-emasculated by it. But if you do it for a long enough time, it may show her, hey, you know, maybe he does love me. He's listening to me. He's not fighting back. He's just I feel heard by him. And then once she feels heard, that's when she will start listening to you as well and doing everything that you're doing. But you have to just be the man and take the sacrifice a little bit for yourself first. Because
Kimmy's taking notes.
I don't think she's doing it, bro.
I thought you said this was an easy case.
No, it is an easy case. I figured that out really fast. She needs to be heard.
I can communicate with them because it's like if he's telling me not to communicate half of what I did, then it's like, do I talk to him?
She needs to be heard before she can fix herself.
Am I allowed to answer that?
No. She needs to be heard before she can fix herself. That is what's going on here. She is literally blocking out everything until she's heard. But that comes from you. Because she doesn't care about me. She just cares about you. And I know that's a really shitty fucking thing, and it's very toxic, and it's honestly fucked up, but that's just how women are. It's not just Kate. It's all women. They're fucking retarded. They try to do things as difficult as possible because their feelings are hurt. But that's just the reality. And if she, after a while, let's say a week or two, if she still isn't listening to you after the effort that you've been putting in, that's when you would sit her down and say, hey, I feel unheard. When is it my turn for you to listen to me? And if she responds in a negative way, that is when y'all should break up. But if she responds in a positive way, then there's hope. Because if she responds negatively, it means she doesn't want to hear you ever, no matter the effort that you put in, which is selfish. And it's just a waste of time. But if she responds positively, then that shows that there is, that she cares about you. And she's not selfish. And that's the same goes for him too. It's not just you. The same goes for him. To make it as easy as possible, though, both of you should just do it. But, I get how women are, so.
I mean, I can try, yeah. I can do that.
Well, great. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, well, that's fantastic. I think I'm going to go back to my room now.
Only eat like once.
Yeah, I'm taking this in my room with me.
All right.